March 2021. COVID's still going crazy, and I'm sitting in my car, a beat-up 2012 Honda Civic, parked outside my apartment complex in Ohio. It's like 11 p.m. I just got off a double shift at a job I absolutely hated. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was bawling. Like, full-on ugly crying. The kind of crying where snot's everywhere and you can't even catch your breath. Just completely losing it. Because earlier that day, I finally sat down and added up all my debt. The student loans from a degree I wasn't even using, credit cards I maxed out during the pandemic, car payment, medical bills from when I lost my health insurance, $60,247. That's what I owed. At 26 years old, making like 40 grand a year. And I remember sitting there thinking, bro, I did everything I was supposed to do. Got the degree, got the job, worked my butt off, and I'm still broke as hell. What the hell happened? That was 4 years ago. Today, my net worth just crossed $1.2 million. And I want to show you exactly how I pulled it off, step by step. Because I'm nobody special. No trust fund, no rich uncle, no lottery ticket. Just a regular dude from the Midwest who figured some stuff out. Okay, so here's the thing nobody tells you when you're growing up in America. The whole system, high school, college, the get a good job with benefits thing, it ain't designed to make you wealthy. It's designed to make you useful. Big difference. Robert Kiyosaki, the rich dad, poor dad guy, he calls it the rat race. You make money, you spend money. You make more money, you spend more money. And somehow you never actually get ahead. It's like running on a treadmill going nowhere. And that's exactly where I was stuck. I was pulling in $40,000 a year, which ain't nothing, right? But after rent, car note, minimum payments on all that debt, groceries, gas, Netflix, Spotify, all that crap, I had maybe $150 left over each month, if I was lucky. You know how long it would have taken me to pay off $60K at that rate? Over 30 years. I'd be pushing 60 years old just to get back to zero. Not rich, not comfortable, just zero. And that's when something in my brain just clicked. I realized the path I was on, the normal American path everyone follows, it wasn't gonna work. Not for me, not for anybody actually trying to build real wealth. Dave Ramsey says this thing, if you will live like no one else, later you can live like no one else. I didn't totally get that back then, but I was about to find out what it really means. So I started doing something I'd never really done before. I started actually studying money. And I don't mean watching random TikToks about Dogecoin or whatever. I mean actually studying. Books, podcasts on my commute, YouTube videos from people who'd actually built wealth, not just talked about it. I read The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas Stanley. Man, that book straight up wrecked me in the best way possible. Because it showed me that most millionaires ain't driving Lambos and flexing on Instagram. They're driving Toyotas. They're shopping at Costco. They're not showing off. They're building. And that's when I learned the first big lesson. You can't out-earn a spending problem. Don't matter if you make $50K or $500K, if you spend everything you make, you're never gonna build wealth, period. Warren Buffett, dude's worth like $130 billion, still lives in the same house he bought back in 1958, paid 31 grand for it. Mark Cuban was sleeping on the floor with 6 roommates when he started his first company. Sarah Blakely, the Spanx lady, she's a billionaire, drove the same janky car for 16 years. The pattern was super clear. Build first, flex later, maybe never. So I made a decision right there. I was gonna attack this thing from 3 angles all at once. Cut my expenses way down, crank up my income, invest every extra dollar. And that's exactly what I did. All right, so first things first, I needed way more money coming in. $40K a year wasn't gonna cut it. Now here's the thing. It was 2021, right? COVID had blown up the whole remote work thing. So I started freelancing on the side. Graphic design, social media management, stuff I'd kind of picked up over the years. Started on Fiverr and Upwork. Nights, weekends, lunch breaks when I could swing it. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. It sucked. I was exhausted all the time. Missed cookouts, missed hanging with the boys. My dating life? Basically non-existent. My friends thought I was losing my mind. But after about 6 months of grinding, I was pulling in an extra 2 grand a month. That's $24,000 a year on top of my job. My income basically went from 40K to like 64K. But here's what I did that most people don't. I didn't upgrade nothing. Same crappy apartment, same beat-up Civic, same everything. Every single dollar of that extra $2,000, straight to debt. Didn't touch it. Grant Cardone says something that stuck with me. The middle class stays middle class because every time they make more money, they buy more stuff. I refuse to be that guy. For about 18 months, I lived on my original $40,000 salary while throwing everything else at my debt like my life depended on it. By late 2022, I was debt-free, completely. Zero. Zilch. Gone. And let me tell y'all something. The night I made that last payment, I ugly cried again. But this time, it was totally different. It was like freedom. Now here's where things started getting real interesting. Once I was debt-free, I had this crazy amount of cash freed up. That $2,000 from the side hustle, plus the like $1,200 a month I'd been throwing at debt payments. All of a sudden, I had over $3,000 a month to invest. And look, I kept it stupid simple. No day trading, no crypto gambling, no trying to find the next GameStop or Tesla. None of that. I just bought boring index funds through Fidelity, S&P 500, total stock market fund, set it up on auto invest, and basically forgot about it. Here's the thing nobody tells you about compound interest. It's boring as hell at first. You're dropping $3,000 a month and your account goes up like 50 bucks. You're sitting there like, this ain't worth it. But then something wild happens. Around year 2, you start seeing your money make more money than you're even putting in. That's when it clicks. Albert Einstein supposedly called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. Said, those who understand it, earn it. Those who don't, pay it. I'd spent 26 years paying it. Now I was finally earning it. Plus, and this is huge, 2023 and 2024 were insane years for the market. S&P was up like 26% in 2023 alone. My timing wasn't genius. It was just lucky. But the point is, I was in the game. By mid-2024, my investment accounts had grown to over $150,000. Not from picking hot stocks, just consistent investing in boring index funds. Now this is the part that really sent everything into overdrive. In early 2023, interest rates were still kind of crazy, right? But I found a small duplex in a working-class neighborhood. Nothing fancy, needed some work. But here's the play. I bought it, moved into one unit, and rented out the other. They call this house hacking. Brandon Turner from Bigger Pockets. He's basically the godfather of this strategy. The idea is you let your tenant basically pay your mortgage. My mortgage was $1,600 a month. Tenant paid $1,100. So my actual housing cost? $500 a month. I'd been paying $1,200 in rent before. That's $700 extra a month I could invest. Plus, I was building equity. Plus, I got tax write-offs. It was like getting a raise without doing any extra work. By late 2024, property values had bounced back. That duplex? Already up like $80,000 in equity. I did a cash-out refinance. Used that money as a down payment on a second property. A small, single-family rental. Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank always says, real estate is the best investment for small savings. She's right. It lets regular people use leverage, basically borrowed money, to build wealth way faster than you could on your own. When I added it all up at the start of 2025, the stocks, the real estate equity, cash in the bank, I'd crossed 7 figures. 4 years earlier, I was balling in a parking lot with $60,000 in debt. Now I'm a millionaire. Look, I'm not telling you all this to flex or whatever. I'm telling you because I need you to understand something important. I ain't special. I didn't have some secret hookup. I wasn't smarter than you. I wasn't luckier than you. Okay, maybe the bull market helped, but I still had to be in the game to benefit. I just did a few things different. I decided my future was more important than looking cool right now. I cranked up my income with a side hustle. I kept my lifestyle small while my money grew. I invested every extra dollar, and I used real estate to pour gas on the fire. That's it. No magic, no inheritance, no crypto moonshot, just consistent action for 4 years straight. If you're watching this right now and you feel stuck, if you're drowning in debt and it feels like there's no way out, if you're grinding every day and still barely making it, I was you. 4 years ago, I was sitting exactly where you're sitting. And if I can do this, you can too. For real. The question ain't can you do it? The question is, will you? If this story lit something in you, if it made you think, yo, maybe I can actually do this, do me a solid. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And drop a comment telling me where you're starting from. Because I promise you, wherever you are right now, it ain't where you gotta stay. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.